I just like to tease
Boy,
you. I do. I just like to tease you.
I don't like these little teases.
Hey,
man.
I'll tell you
Either
what.
do it or don't do it, huh?
We got people driving in for the Miller Lite washaway toast.
Yes.
It's going down.
That's at 4:45 today. We're at Buffalo Wild Wings in Mount Juliet, and we're going to have a great time today.
Oh, yeah. Why wouldn't we?
We always do, literally.
Yeah.
But your chance to come see us, that's good.
In
'cause
Mount
we want to see
Juliet.
you. And we'll be here until 5:30. Tennessee basketball takes over at that point. Tip-off at 6. Tennessee against USC Upstate. Vol Network coverage begins at 5:30. So we'll be here until 5:30. Your chance to win club-level Titans tickets. Who do they need to see for that? Caitlin?
They got to see Caitlin. To put your name in the box.
There you go. Dawn Davenport
Babs
caught in
usually
traffic.
does that. Yeah. Hey, but see, guess what?
There she is.
I did it for her. I did the voice. I did the Babs voice. I'm Babs.
Your chance to win club-level Titans tickets.
I need to talk to the Mount Juliet City people who are in charge of the lights around this city. Y'all feel me? Y'all live here, right? Mount Juliet?
Mount Juliet traffic, is it really
Oh, my
Is it
God.
really easy to deal with?
Maybe everybody, I just sounded that light forever, but maybe everybody's getting their holiday shopping done, a little Christmas shopping. It's crazy over there. But the lights are wrong. They're ill-timed. I'm not saying that I'm like,
So back in the day,
could figure it out or anything, but I'm just saying.
Mayor Carl Dean had an idea. And this is like in Nashville proper, like West End, you're leaving the city. They had the timing set for those lights to change. Like if you hit the first one green, you would go all the way.
See, that's what we need.
But I think like that was a long time ago, and maybe we've moved past that to now they just encourage gridlock.
Or we just have too many people in all of our cities nowadays.
It's definitely true. It's not just a Nashville thing. Everybody wants to talk about Nashville traffic.
No, it's everywhere.
Go around. Go to Atlanta. Go to Houston. Now, these are some of the bigger cities. Go to New York.
But guess what? You're right. You're right, because this is no longer just for us and people coming home. It's a destination city for the holidays and stuff, too. So we got to deal with that stuff.
You know why? Because
well.
we live in the best area ever.
Yeah.
That's an interesting
Ever.
question.
Yeah.
So you think Nashville, in terms of air traffic, you think more people come in during like the Christmas season or leave?
I think they come in. Now, if you would ask me this maybe 4 or 5 years ago, I would have said, man, probably going out. But, man, if you ever been to an airport, you can get out of here. You can't get in. What did the guy tell us, the valet guy, when we left the airport? Coming in, our busiest day is coming in, I think we said. Going out is on Thursday and Friday.
Oh, yeah,
But coming in on Sunday, he said, there's no way you get nothing out of here. So.
Yep. Lots of
Just
visitors.
imagine. Holidays. Man,
Yeah.
you know school get out on Friday?
Yeah.
Man,
What
they
the,
just don't-
what the kids are going to do? What are they going to do for that long?
I don't know, man. They done ran all these days together on me, man. I don't know what's going on no more.
Although we do have, not to look ahead, there is a nice little Titans game on the 23rd.
Yeah,
which is
next
kind of
Thursday.
fun.
It is.
Yeah. So,
That could be another reason.
not that I'm trying to look ahead, but,
Don't you look ahead, Babs.
I mean,
No, because
you
the
know,
Steelers are going to have to be dealt with.
I know,
Without
but you
question.
know it's going to be a physical game. And then
You'd
you're
like some
going to
help?
have what? Yes, thank you. Then you're going to have a short work week.
Yeah. Yeah.
A short work week as you get ready for that Thursday nighter. Mm-hmm. That's not ideal
And you know what I still have?
against the Niners.
Oh, by
Yeah.
the way, we will be working Friday, Christmas Eve.
Yes, we'll be here. Are,
So-
are
We'll be
y'all
in the
going to be
building,
here?
in the building.
I
Yeah.
told y'all you didn't have to come. I'd take care of it all.
Babs, you think we leave you hanging?
Just give the phone numbers. That's the day after a Titans game for crying out loud.
Babs, you think we trust you to leave you alone on the show? Never.
You and Hunk. Just you and Hunk. Rolling
We got
solo.
this.
There is definitely not trust there.
Mount Juliet Buffalo Wild Wings is where we are. Buy 6 traditional wings, get 6 for free. They've got the Chipotle barbecue dusted wings. What do I call it? Dry rub.
The dusted wings. What?
Dusted. I had accumulation of Chipotle barbecue on my. I'm
Hey.
still not done either. I got to get back over there. Anyway, they're really good. Be here for the Ron Slay Miller Lite Washaway Toast at 4:45. Slay mentioned that. And Titans left guard Roger Saffold will be here from 4:30 until 5:30.
Yeah.
So come out, Mount Juliet. Represent.
Yeah. Get here.
Y'all, you don't need to sit in that traffic out there.
Nah, just come on in here. Pop in here for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, and then that'll be gone away.
Trust me, then maybe the lights will be right.
Babs and the lights.
I asked Slay earlier, I said, what do you think Dawn's going to be going on today?
Did.
Traffic.
That's
Lights.
it. Yep.
I sent you a picture
Yeah, you
where
did.
I was sitting. I could see Buffalo Wild Wings from my area.
I thought you might go in on like a work dinner that you went to last night.
We wanted to hear
No,
about that.
Slay said that.
Yep,
actually.
I wanted
Yeah.
to text you last night and ask you how it was, but I said, you know what, I'll say that for the air. But while you think about that, you know what I
That is not the reason.
Titans are a 2-point underdog. I mean,
Okay.
2-point favorite. Sorry.
You know
Two-
why
yeah.
I can't get a gauge on this game, though?
It was 2.5, right?
It
Is
was.
it 2.5? It's 2.
Yep. I can't get a gauge on the game. I don't understand where the fans lie.
I think that
I don't know
point,
where they are.
That point spread surprised me. Mm-hmm. Which means I think this is a reverse line theory game. So I think they're trying to get you to bet for the Steelers, which means the Titans are going to win by more than 2. That's where I am with it.
See,
That's scientific thinking right there, baby.
I feel like they
Got my
are.
abacus out and everything.
Yes, yes. I feel like the fans may be overlooking this game, or is it just me? I think it's out of.
What do you mean?
I think they're looking forward to the San Francisco game, the
Oh,
Thursday night game.
really?
I think
No.
they in these 4 games now. I think they think the most difficult game is that San Francisco game. And I'm not saying they're over, the team's overlooking this, but I think the fans are like, man, that San Francisco game gonna be hard. I don't think they think this game gonna be too difficult, and I hope it's not.
Well, I'm not there.
But
Steelers make me nervous as crap.
This the
Steelers have
one.
won
It's
6 out of the
I
last
don't-
8.
Slay, I'm going to go against you on this one.
okay, that's what I would love for you to do.
I'm going to go against you because it's Steelers hate week. Because, like, this hate runs deep and long time ago. It started a long time ago, this Titans-Steelers hate.
Guess what, though, Babs?
It's an Oilers thing. It goes back to the AFC Central.
Yes.
Didn't many people talk about it yesterday, though? Yesterday?
No,
when
but,
they called
we were
in?
talking
but
about the win.
everybody wanted to complain about the fact that the offense looked so bad
Okay.
against the Jags.
Okay, so
I feel like we were kind of stuck in that.
To that point, did you hear what Mike Vrabel said on the Mike Vrabel show last night?
Yes.
He felt like the game was over at 10-0.
Yep. Yep.
That's
They
control.
called the game accordingly after that.
That's control.
Janet Jackson was right. She was thinking about the Titans when she wrote that song.
Control. Control is the song.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
no, no.
I
You
don't
know that.
I don't,
You know
I,
it.
You're a
maybe
Janet
not
Jackson
the
fan.
way you guys talk about it.
She'll find out about it in 9 minutes.
Uncle play it on the way back.
But this
Control.
So you telling me, y'all really telling me, hey, Slay, hold up, slow down, give it a week time to progress, and then you'll hear it. Okay,
Yes.
that's cool.
I mean, not y'all. Me. I'm saying that.
mean, yeah.
You don't have to group us together.
Yeah. I was saying
Don't
you
group
speaking
us
for the
together.
fans too, though. So that's what I was throwing out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what okay.
That's my thought on it.
All right.
By the
Yesterday
way,
was a full day of complaining about what they didn't see from the offense,
Right. Correct.
ignoring what the defense did,
Correct.
and there you go.
your mic sounds funny to me. Is that just me?
Is it my voice? Does my
hate my
voice
voice.
sound funny?
No,
Because I'm
you ain't-
fired up.
Is it my voice? You hate my voice. That's a When Harry Met Sally line.
You ain't
Good
got
job
the
there.
bass in it.
Titans stomped
I
on
hate
terrible
my voice.
towels at the conclusion of Week 16 in a win over Pittsburgh in 2008. The Titans then lost their final regular season game 23-0 to Indianapolis and their first-round playoff game 13-10 against Baltimore. The Titans then lost their first 6 games of the 2009 season, 8 in a row after stomping the towel.
Don't do that.
So then they went 8 seasons without making the playoffs after stomping on the towel. They were 50-80 after stomping on the towel. They lost 3 in a row to the Steelers after stomping on the towel, and 6 out of 8.
50-80.
You asked me if I'm worried about Pittsburgh? I'm worried about Pittsburgh.
Okay. Cool. That's what I'm
But
talking about.
I think reverse line theory, Titans win by more than 2. I just think it's going to be a nasty,
Break.
heavyweight, in the middle of the ring fight.
Okay, so you want my prediction now?
We get it.
Okay.
No, we need a break.
All right, cool.
We've got Ike Taylor coming up next.
Oh,
Yes.
He played cornerback for Pittsburgh for a long time, 14 seasons.
they got a room for people like him.
Yes, they do.
It's called the Boom Boom Room.
Oh.
Oh, you're going to put Ike in the boom boom
He
room?
gotta go.
Ike Taylor next on
There we
104.5
go.
The Zone.
Yep.
How did Benny afford all these Christmas decorations? Where'd she get the money for this? Dear Benny the dog, thanks for choosing the home loan expert for your cash out refi. You were able to get $52,000? Oh, my own dog got a better deal on her refinance than I did. I knew I should have gone with the home loan expert.
There it is. There it is, Control by Janet Jackson.
Oh, I didn't know this was the name of it. I know this song.
Control. And then guess what, Bam? So now you got to watch a movie. You got to watch Friday. Once you watch Friday, then you're even
I know
understand.
Friday. I love Friday.
Oh, well.
How you going to get fired on your day off?
There you go.
Well, that little line's in that
Thank
movie.
you, Babsy.
So, 3HL broadcasting live from Mount Juliet at
that was
Buffalo
easy.
Wild Wings. It is Titans-Steelers week. Ron Slay is conflicted. Grew up in Nashville, so Titans fan. Then his brother played 11 seasons for the Pittsburgh Steelers, Ramon Foster.
This is true.
Ooh.
So now let's get a little Steelers take. Former Pittsburgh Steeler cornerback, two-time Super Bowl champ, Ike Taylor joins us now. Ike, what's up? How are you, man?
How y'all doing? I'm good. Just sitting on a porch, smoking my one-of-a-kind cigar.
I saw that on your Twitter handle. How do we get one of those?
Man, so you can go to howardgcigars.com, or you can just look on my Twitter handle, and you'll see it on my Twitter or my Instagram handle, and you can order online and take over from there.
HowardGCigars.com.
Yes, sir.
Oh, we gone.
I was going to say, Slay is a big cigar guy.
Oh, I'm all in.
Yep.
I'm all in with that one.
Oh, so they just put me in a Cigar Snob magazine. They rated my cigar 89, and this I only been out for like 9 months. So, and usually you know this because you smoke cigars. People in the cigar world, they don't really venture off on what kind of cigars that are different. They usually smoke their own kind of cigars they like, but people for some sort of reason, man, I guess they like taking to my cigars a good smoke. So it's been going real good so far.
Hey, I can't wait to tap into it, man. That's it for me. I'm looking for that. So I don't know if you rubbed off on my brother Ramon, or you know what I mean. I picked it up by just watching people smoke cigars, but I'm all the way fully invested, and me and Ramon always have one on the back porch. So we need to tap into that, man. So you ain't got to say no more. We're gonna tweet it out and everything. We got to get you a market down here in Tennessee with it too.
There you go.
Yeah. Hey, smoke and post, and I'll pull up on y'all. If y'all want smoke for a weekend, we can just smoke and drink for the weekend and just chop it up.
There it is. It's a done deal.
I love it. Ike Taylor,
Done deal.
former Pittsburgh Steelers cornerback from the Believe Podcast Network. Check out his podcast where you get your podcast with the Believe Podcast Network. All right, Titans Steelers coming up this weekend. Ike, I was surprised to see the Titans open up as a 2.5-point favorite in Pittsburgh. Were you?
Nah, right now the Titans are hot. They playing that November, December football, what I'm used to with the Pittsburgh Steelers. So it's having a good run game, controlling the clock, playing physical, and I think their physicality not only comes from the head coach, but, King Henry. Even though King Henry has been out for a long time, Coach Mike Vrabel, the GM, and the staff, they get guys with that bar fight kind of mentality.
You
So
brought up
when you playing the Tennessee Titans, that's the kind of mentality you got to have when you playing them boys. So I like the mentality. I like Coach Vrabel. I like what he's doing. Since the day he stepped into that Tennessee Titan facility, he always said he wanted that, run first, play action, pass kind of mentality, smack him in the face on defense, control the clock when you need to. So he had that December, January kind of mindset even in September.
I got you. When you brought up Derrick Henry, that made me think about some of those elite running backs in the NFL that you went up against. Who was the most challenging guy, running back wise, from a cornerback position to come up and get down?
We did a lot of talent. So you got to look at the Fred Taylors. You got to look at the Greg Jones. You got to look at the Maurice Jones-Drews. That's just one team, Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah.
So then you got to go to Cincinnati. You got to look at Corey Dillon, who was 6'4", 6'5", 250. Rudy Johnson, who played at Auburn. That's two teams out of the AFC. So then you got to go to LaDainian Tomlinson, who's a Hall of Famer. So you get another guy out of the AFC. You know what I'm saying? Then you got to go to Priest Holmes, who played for KC. That's another guy out the KFC. Then you got to get Jamal Lewis, who went for the 2K. That's right around the corner. That's a rivalry. That's the Baltimore Ravens. So all I played was dogs. You know what I'm saying? All I played was big. All I played was big running backs. Like I knew nothing about small running backs until like later on throughout my career. But when I played running backs, the Deuce Staley's, probably a guy who can handle this kind of generation was a Brian Westbrook. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or that's Napoleon Kaufman, Napoleon Kaufman for the Raiders. So them guys, I think, can play now in this generation. But you want to talk about the old school, what King Henry is doing right now. I had to play King Henry damn near every week of my career.
I love it. Ike Taylor with us on 3HL.
You mentioned talking about just Titans Steelers, and you used the word physicality when describing kind of Vrabel's style and what he has really instilled in this franchise. And when I think of Steelers Titans matchups, that's what I think. Like physical, old school, like, you know, head crushing football. Like that's what comes to mind with this rivalry. What about you? What comes to mind in these games?
It's that bully ball football mentality. You know, like, hey, listen, I'm about to run right in the two gap. Make sure y'all try to stop me. And the Pittsburgh Steelers try to reciprocate and be like, hey, I'm about to run in this two gap as well. Try to see if you can stop me. That's what it was when we played the Tennessee Titans. You know, I played against Lightning and Thunder, Chris Johnson and Lindale
White,
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Smash and dash.
I played against them too. Yeah, it was Lightning and Thunder at the time. So
Yeah.
we got a little bit of both. We got a little bit of Lightning, which you didn't want him to get out the house because he was going to take it to the house. And if you wanted Thunder, you had to come up and you had to bring your big boy pass going against Lindale White. So that was the kind of games. Then you had Vince Young at the time, man. Vince Young, you know, with that play action pass, he can throw it whenever he needed to. But boy, don't let him get out that pocket and run the ball, because he can show you what he did to win a national championship. So that's the kind of stuff I remember playing them kind of guys.
We were talking earlier about, like, my take on this game is, like, I'm terrified of the Steelers from a Titan perspective just because I grew up an Oilers fan, so I know what that Oilers-Steelers rivalry is and how far it goes back. And so we started talking about the stomping on the towel thing in 2008. You know, the Titans lost their next 8 games after that happened.
Yeah, don't disrespect the great Myron Cope. You know what I'm saying? The great Myron Cope, who's a Yinzer. I don't know if y'all know anything about a Yinzer, but that's born and raised and bred in Pittsburgh. That's what they call themselves. Like, I'm from New Orleans, so we call ourselves Nola boys. If you're from Pittsburgh, you call yourself a Yinzer. And the great Myron Cope, he came up with a terrible towel, you know, years ago, waving the yellow terrible towel years ago. So we feel like that's always been, you know, disrespectful. And if you ever try to stomp on or disrespect it, he's going to look down and he's going to make something happen bad to your organization or the team. And that's exactly what happened.
So you guys were really mad about that, right, for a long time?
Yeah, you never get over that.
Yeah.
You know, that's for us, that's like a slap in the face, so to say. You know, if y'all whatever y'all got going on in Tennessee, whoever that came up with something like for like a tradition, and that's just Tennessee born and bred, we would never try to disrespect that. That's so we was like, we always looked at something in life or playing football is like the principle. I would never disrespect you, and I respect the same thing back. Once you cross that line on disrespecting me, all bets are off.
Ike Taylor, the great Ike Taylor from the Pittsburgh Steelers Believe Podcast Network. How much fun are you having doing podcasts, man?
Man, I love it. Keeps me engaged, keeps me in tune. Got to know a little bit about every team.
Yeah.
Got to watch every game, Sunday, Monday, or Thursday. I guess they got a Saturday coming up in a couple of weeks, a Saturday game coming up in a couple of weeks as well. So, you know, I'm a football head. I'm a football junkie. So I just like watching football in general. I want to be some kind of not even a GM, but in the scouting department. So I like watching college kids and trying to figure out which teams they're going to go to and who will get drafted well. So I'm just a football head, man. I'm a football junkie from, you know, college to the NFL. Now my son, he's a freshman in high school. He's playing ball. He's going to be a sophomore next year, and he's getting looked at a couple of colleges. So now it's just trickling down. So now I'm going from high school to college to the NFL. So just for me, man, I've just been totally surrounded by football all my life, basically.
Is your son following in your footsteps? Same position, corner?
My son plays safety, corner, and wide receiver, but he's more of a superior athlete than I was. Like I had good talent. I had a good work ethic. My son has great talent, good work ethic, and is a superior athlete. So he got a way better mix than his dad was. So I'm just proud of that part.
Love it. Love it. Hey, real quick, from me, last one, you talk about just being a football head and watching a lot of games. What is your take on Ryan Tannehill? Because I feel like national media is different than maybe local media, than what Titans fans feel about him. So what do you see in Ryan Tannehill as a quarterback?
Honestly, I hope if he get his 2 wide receivers back healthy, between is it Brown and Julio?
Yep.
Yeah.
If he get them back on the same page, like on the field for a couple of games, he can be whatever he want to be. Because don't forget, he played wide receiver in college, so the man still can run that play action game. That play action pass game can be very effective. But it starts with the run, and I think y'all finally getting back, even though y'all missed. Derrick Henry, Coach Baker was finally getting back to a rhythm with his running backs on getting some kind of run game going with the Tennessee Titans. Now, you get a guy who can also pass and run as a quarterback. That's a recipe for a disaster when it comes down to a defensive coordinator of that defense. So I think so far, man, he don't get the recognition he deserves, but at the same time, I guess everybody kind of looking for Tannehill to kind of get over that hump, and that hump is, what can you do when you don't have everybody who's healthy?
Yeah.
Can you carry a team? So we look at quarterbacks, in my mind, as a defensive guy, are you a truck or are you a trailer? So a truck can carry a team, and he doesn't need everybody healthy. He doesn't need everybody like an Aaron Rodgers, and you might have a couple of guys who's stuck on the COVID list. You know what? I can go into a stadium, and I can win this game on my own. Or are you a trailer? And a trailer means, man, I got to have all my starters. My running game got to be effective. My defense got to be playing good ball. My field goal kicker got to kick the points and make the points he needs to make. So I think that's the hump for Ryan Tannehill. He needs a couple of big games where we look at him and be like, you know what? We thought of him as a trailer, but he is a truck, and the reason why he's a truck because he can carry the team when everything is not in his favor.
That is a great way to break that down, man. That is phenomenal.
Yeah.
That was dope.
Ike Taylor, former Pittsburgh Steelers cornerback. Are we going to put him in a boom boom room? Is that what's going on, Slay?
Yeah.
I think he need to go in the boom boom room. Ike, listen. Yeah. Listen, check this out, brother. Now, going in the boom boom room, the only way you can get out after the door is locked is if you answer everything truthfully. Now, do you agree to do that?
Let's go.
That is, huh?
Go.
Let's bring him in now.
Ah, yes. One man on his way into the boom boom room.
Yes, indeed. Ike Taylor is coming into the boom boom room. The boom boom room is brought to you by Low T Center. So, people, focus on your health, especially men. Go to Low T Center. Here we go, Ike. You're in there, man. The door is locked. You cannot get out. Do with it what you will, man. First question. Now, mind you, I got a little help in this one too. So usually these are off the radar
Former
questions.
teammate.
Yeah,
You're already deflecting off yourself.
I'm just saying, you know what I mean? I got a little help. You know, you got to figure it out on your own. First and foremost.
Yeah, you got a lot of help.
Yeah. Ferrari or Maserati? Which one?
Ferrari.
Reason why?
Because the value upholds itself when you have a Ferrari more than a Maserati. As soon as you take the Maserati off, you might as well just keep it. You can always resell the Ferrari. Believe me, I had a few of them.
Listen
That
to
is
this guy.
such a realistic businessman answer to something that is not. That is crazy.
NOLA. Represent.
All right. After that, this is from Ramon himself. Why did you have the headphone in your helmet?
It was soothing. It was relaxing. It was different. I felt like I was somewhere else when it came down for me when the play was over. When the play is going on, I heard nothing in my helmet because you so locked in on what's going on the field in them past 3 seconds. Now, as soon as the play is over, I go back to the club in my head. That's when the music was.
So right now, Dawn is looking at me like, wait a minute, what you mean a headphone in your helmet?
Oh,
so
that's
can you explain
crazy.
to the people what I'm trying to say?
So my last 4 years of playing football, I wound up. So you know with the the captains on defense and the quarterback have, so you can actually have in your helmet the mics,
The green dot.
the little orange mics, in your helmet. So I didn't have a green dot, so I said, you know what, man, let me go on and put. And that's when Apple came out with the Nano,
Yep.
the real small Nano. I don't know if you remember the Nano.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Little bitty
Man,
box.
let me find something I can Bluetooth with the Nano, put in my shoulder pads, close enough to my helmet, wind up finagling my helmet, putting the headphones in my helmet that were wireless, and I used to charge it all night. So I just used to have that Pandora on, and I just used to rock to that Lil Wayne all day, 24/7.
That's a whole different zone right there, boy.
That's outstanding.
Like during the game, I don't know how you like. My mind
During the game.
wouldn't work like that. Like I would have to focus more. Wow.
So when the play starts, you just go into a trance. Like I don't hear no music. It's just when the play is over, I'm back to hearing the music. That's how much of a trance you be in between plays. Like as soon as you get off the field and you step on the sideline, you hear everything. You see everything. Now when you step on the field, all you see or all you want to do is to make a play and not mess up a play. So your mind just goes into a trance in 3 seconds.
Love it. Hey, all right, quick question. First Super Bowl or second Super Bowl?
First Super Bowl was a classic.
Yeah.
Second Super Bowl was historical. First Super Bowl, we did it for Jerome Bettis. Like
Yeah.
it's crazy. And I tell people this story all the time. My first Super Bowl, Detroit, Bussall already gave us the head up. Like, hey, bro, y'all get me to the Super Bowl. I'm going on retire the Super Bowl. We win this thing. So we came together with the leader, Joey Porter, and Jerome Bettis. We came together and was like, look, Bussy, we're going to do this for you. So that's why I knew I was at a good organization because everybody had some kind of goal. I don't know whatever you wrote down, but one of them goals, if you was a Pittsburgh Steeler, was winning the Super Bowl for Jerome Bettis and sending him home on a good note. And then after that, you get to Detroit at the time, and it's 50-something guys in his mama house because his mama done cooked for everybody, and we all sleeping and taking naps on the floor in the hallway. Got pillows, going to Walmart, all that good stuff, but we just wanted to be around each other. Now, the second Super Bowl, man, the historical part about that was we led the league in defense not only in points, but in yards and in scoring. So we was breaking records what people usually don't talk about. I know they talk about the Legion of Boom, but if you want to look at the history from that 2008 Pittsburgh Steelers defense, we broke all kind of records, and we was doing things they couldn't do at the Legion of Boom. Times have changed between like 2008 and 2012. We was actually putting people to sleep.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What I mean by putting people to sleep, people going to McDonald's and they're ordering pizza. That's how hard we was hitting back in the day. So I take the first one over the second one, but I'm just so glad to have two.
Hey, I love that right there, man. Fly shoes are a good cigar.
Man, give me a good cigar all day, baby.
Man, I love it. Would you have said that same answer 10 years ago?
10 years ago, I would have said the fly shoes, but you got to evolve and you got to mature as a person.
Yeah, I love it. Last one. Greatest safety to watch work. Ed Reed or Troy Polamalu?
The greatest safety watch work?
Yeah. Ed Reed or
we
Troy
call him Baby
Polamalu?
Jesus. We call him Baby Jesus. Y'all knew him as Troy Polamalu. I had courtside seats.
That is. I love it, man.
Baby Jesus.
But is this, real quick before we let you out, tell me about this 4.18 real quick. Is this,
You still do that?
can you get out there and give me a 4.1?
Oh, no. So technically, it was a 4.27.
Okay.
I don't know where to come up with a 4.18.
right.
Somebody's hand must have been slow when I ran it. But my fastest time was a 4.27. And that was hand speed at the time. I think everybody. Matter of fact, I think one of the scouts, old school scouts, I think his first name was Mr. Bud. I forgot his last name. He said he never clocked a 4.3 ever. He's been doing it for over 20-something years. I told Mr. Bud, sit right there. After you finish clocking this 4.3, let me know exactly what it was, a 4.3 something. So as soon as I passed him, he just started laughing. That's when I knew I run on his clock of 4.3, so I was good.
Talk that talk,
Ike, man, we got to get you on more often, bro. Great
Yes,
job. We really
so
appreciate
good.
you.
Anytime. Thanks for the invite.
That is.
Ike Taylor.
Tighten up,
We
Ike.
hitting them cigars, man. We tweeting you out.
Hey, smoking post. So just send me your info. I'll shoot them out to you. But
Say no
no
more.
post, please.
Say no more. It's on.
All right.
Blazing head.
Thanks, Ike. Appreciate you, bro.
I appreciate y'all.
All right, when we come back, Allan Bell, sportsline.com. We're going to talk Titans at Steelers, Patriots at Colts, Chiefs at Chargers. That's next. 3HL 104.5 The Zone. Washaway toast, free Miller Lite for you to toast away, whatever you need to toast away at 4:45. So come hit us up. Allan Bell joins us from sportsline.com. Going to talk a few NFL games from a point spread perspective. AB, what's up? How are you?
Hey, I'm doing fantastic. Let me say, my man Ike Taylor with the earbuds inside the helmet.
Isn't that
I love
crazy?
it, man. That's awesome.
I did not know
fantastic.
that.
I didn't either. And, like, the best part is like, that's one thing. But having the iPod, like, in the shoulder pad so that you can change songs, that's next level Electric Factory.
That's phenomenal. And he was a hell of a player. There's no doubt about that. 12-year career. Played for Dick LeBeau, too, back in the day. So, yeah, Ike Taylor, awesome. All right, let's hit 3 games at least. All right, you ready?
Ready.
All right, Thursday night, Kansas City, hot again, at the Chargers. Favored by 3.5, the Chiefs. What do you think?
There's no way that you can't roll the Chiefs. I know that they've had a little bit of a COVID issue, not as much as some of the other teams around here. But look, the way the Chiefs are playing, their defense has been scoring, I think, 3 weeks in a row now, right? Like, and leaving their offense, in excellent field position. The Chargers, they can be good, they can be bad, but the Chiefs are on absolute fire right now. There's no reason not to bet them, especially in a low number like this.
So you mentioned the COVID issues going on. I mean, I think Jalen Ramsey was, like, we found out yesterday, right? That he was placed on the list. Like, how do you handle that right now with what's going on, not only in the NFL, it's in the NBA, it's in the NHL. We're seeing a surge in COVID cases that's affecting players that are available. How do you handle it as a bettor?
Yeah, Don, you ask the billion-dollar question right there. And let's put it in perspective. In the last 48 hours, 62 players have tested positive. Last season, the entire year, there were 120. Okay? So understand what we're dealing with. Yeah. And not getting into the COVID discussion, but from a betting perspective, you have to be absolutely careful. This is the one time that I'll tell you to wait. Because until you know who is playing, this thing can happen quickly. Look how fast the Jalen Ramsey thing happened yesterday, right? Like, we didn't know until, 4:30 or something. Then it's like, okay, well, that changes a lot in terms of their defense. So, yeah, be absolute careful this week. Time is going to be your friend.
Yeah, I'm glad Don hit you with that question because we have to talk about these games in a straight-up manner, right? Like, so for those listening to your breakdown of Chiefs-Chargers, obviously that can change if Patrick Mahomes tests positive for COVID.
Right.
I mean, we'll just do it from a straight-up perspective.
Because even if he's vaccinated, he can't get, like, you have to have the negative PCR test, all of that. So, yeah, it's affected. Yep.
For sure.
Patriots at Colts. This is an interesting one.
This is going to be a heck of a game. This might be the best game of the weekend. Look, the Patriots are very similar to the Chiefs in terms of they're just doing everything correctly. It's hard not to roll with them to win the game. I'll say this. From a Titans fan perspective, you actually want to pull for the Colts this week, right? Get the Patriots an extra AFC loss if you want, kind of that number 1 seed and give yourself, every chance possible. But, yeah, this is going to be a good game. And for me, I cannot go against the Patriots. I'll do it until they tell me not to, and they haven't done that in a long time.
Yeah, we meant to get into that yesterday. I think that's a clear answer. I think from a Titan perspective, you go Patriots lose. That's what you're hoping for this weekend because
cheering for Colts.
If you beat the Steelers and the Patriots lose, you are now the number 1 seed, and that bye could be monstrously important for the Titans if they could get it.
Yeah, and think about this. What if you could not only get the bye, but you've got everything wrapped up, and you could turn that Week 18 game against the Texans
into a
second bye? Yeah, you get 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Good stuff there. Titans at Steelers. Were you surprised that it opened Titans by 2.5?
Yeah, I was. Just because Heinz Field's a tough place to play. And whether the Steelers are good, whether the Steelers are bad, like that's a hard place. So it goes to show the respect that Vegas has for the Tennessee Titans, and I like it. I like the Titans on the road. We love them when they're road underdogs. When they're road favorites, I'll take them too. I'll also say this. I like the Titans in the first half, and whatever the total is in the second half, play the over because both of these teams will light up a fourth quarter in terms of points. But, yeah, I like the Titans to win this game.
To your point, at home, the Steelers have not lost in September. So
yeah.
They do have a tie in there, but they haven't lost since week 3 at home. So that is a very real thing. Hey, appreciate the quick visit. Sportsline.com is the website. You'll see the graded games there. And you can always reach out to Allan Bell. He'll hit you back quickly at Allan Bell 247. Thank you, AB.
I appreciate y'all. Thanks so much.
All right, Jim Wyatt, when we come back, TennesseeTitans.com is the website at J Wyatt Sports. Broadcasting live from Mount Juliet at Buffalo Wild Wings. We'd love to see you out here. Ron Slade's got the toast coming up at 4:45. Make sure you're here for that. We'll be right back.
What up, Nashville? 3HL is on the air. Happy Tuesday. Brent Doherty, Don Davenport. Hey, Don.
Hi.
What you got, Babs?
Eating a carrot.
Broadcasting live in Mount Juliet at Buffalo Wild Wings, and we'd love to see you here. We'll be here until 5:30, and there he is. He's Ron Slay.
And I got help today from my helpers. What's your name?
Daniel, Thomas, Kaylin.
Y'all want to tell the people where are we?
I'm in the building. I'm in the building.
There you go. I'm in the building. Hey, I'm in the building. 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 There we go.
Got the little people working for
Man,
you.
the little people in the building too, man.
I love it.
I love they're in the building.
Yeah, that is dope.
It's like the higher pitch. They're so cute.
Two of those kids are wearing I'm in the building shirts.
Man.
I put it out on Twitter, so
It's
if you go
Let me go retweet
at Don Davenport did, you can see them.
And retweeted by 3HL and soon to be retweeted by Ron Slay.
Yes,
soon to be retweeted by Brent Doherty. Get here and get your name in the box. Your chance to win club
Put
level
your name in the box.
Titans tickets.
Oh,
Oh.
You can buy 6 traditional wings, get 6 free here at Buffalo Wild Wings today. Be here for the Ron Slay Miller Lite Washaway Toast at 4:45. They will hand out free Miller Lite to people that are here to take part in the toast. Titans left guard Rodger Saffold will be here from 4:30 until 5:30. Jim Wyatt joins us now from TennesseeTitans.com. Jimmy, what's up? How are you?
I'm doing great. Hope you guys are doing well.
Doing well. And
I don't know.
Titans with the bounce-back win against the Jaguars. And, Jimmy, you put out some unbelievable stats about how stifling that defense was on Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, it was from the very beginning. I mean, the very first series, you get two sacks and just limit them to 8 rushing yards, which is the best in the Titans era. Never allowed that few yards. They just consistently put pressure on Trevor Lawrence all day, and really the offense didn't have to do a lot. And I think that's one of the reasons why the game plan was maybe a little bit more conservative, and you didn't see them take more shots downfield, because I never thought the Titans were going to lose that game. I always felt like they had it under control. And that's what you're going to need from this defense here down the stretch if you're going to go do some special things.
Yeah, the head coach last night said on his show he thought they had him when it was 10-0. So my guess is they called the game accordingly.
Yeah, I think so. And I don't know that I felt at 10-0. I know when the Titans got the ball and they were up 10-0. I didn't think I even tweeted. This is when you got to have got to go for the jugular here and have a touchdown winning drive, because a field goal just puts you up by 2 scores. You get a touchdown there, go up 17-0, and it was over. And that's exactly, kind of what happened. And, the Jags looked awful. Trevor Lawrence didn't look very good to me. I know he's in a tough situation with everything that's going on there and maybe everything that's, all the turmoil that's surrounding them, but that's their problem. Titans needed that win. And now you got to go to Pittsburgh, a team. I was listening in on the Mike Tomlin conference call today. I mean, it's a huge game for them to try to get back on track. And for the Titans, you just don't know what's going to be at stake here, because the Colts and the Patriots play on Saturday night. If the Colts lose that game, then the Titans can win the division in Pittsburgh. And if the Colts win that game and beat the Patriots, then the Titans are playing for the number 1 seed in Pittsburgh. So it's going to be a big game either way.
So as a Titans fan, what do you want to happen in that game?
Well, that's great. I don't know. If you could predict the future, I think you could answer that a little bit easier. I mean, I personally feel like the Titans are going to win the division, whether they get Indy's help or not. Because it just requires you winning 2 games. But, I guess it's one of those bird in the hands rather than 2 in the bush type deals. I think you'd feel good that you've got the division wrapped up. But, the number 1 seed would be huge. And if the Colts win and knock the Patriots back, then you certainly put yourself back in control of your own destiny. So it's hard to say, because you just don't know what's happening from this point moving forward. But I'm going to get the feeling that people have different opinions on what's best for the Titans. I'm going to understand that, certainly.
Jim Wyatt is with us. Jimmy, I said, I don't know, when you asked how we were doing earlier, because There's a whole lot of COVID positives and players moving to the reserve COVID list all across the NFL right now. And I saw the Tennessee Titans place wide receiver Des Fitzpatrick on reserve COVID-19 today. Obviously, you worry if there's more to come if there is one on the list, right? So where are we for the Titans in regards to that? Because I know it's an issue across the league right now.
Yeah, and, it's, with the Titans this year, it's been more sporadic. I mean, you've had a case here, a case there. Obviously, Kevin Byard was on a couple of weeks ago. He's back off. Logan Woodside was on. He's back off. You mentioned Fitzpatrick going on today. You kind of hope it's not a situation where you're going to have more guys, pop up on there here in the coming days. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. I mean, it is concerning. I mean, you felt like last year when you had different waves that teams went through and when you're testing every day, you kind of felt like things were kind of in control as the season went on. Now this year testing is different. Some of the things that have been done are not as stringent as last year. So I don't know how the NFL is going to handle it. I mean, but when you see teams getting 8 guys and you see other teams getting 7 guys on there, and you see some marquee players, I know the league is encouraging players and coaches and staff to get the booster shot, to try to help. I don't know whether we're at the point where the league's going to try to change the testing and have teams test every day, but I will say, I mean, if this continues, what was it, 37 guys yesterday and the 20s again today, then you're going to have to do something to try to curtail it. And I just hate that we're in this situation again. You felt like last year was a one-year deal, and clearly it's not, and it's been handled very well up to this point. You just hope you can keep things under control.
At Jay Wyatt Sports on Twitter, TennesseeTitans.com. Back to the game. Pittsburgh's run defense ranks 30th in the NFL. They give up 140 yards per game. Can the Titans get something up? Because I feel like Foreman had something going and was on his way maybe to a 100-yard game, and he got banged up, had to leave. But the Titans with 270 against New England, who ranked 19th against the run, can they get that run game going against Pittsburgh this weekend?
Well, that would be huge if that can happen. I definitely think that'll be something the team will try to do, is establish a run. In order to do that, you obviously got to get off to a good start. You can't fall behind. But, if you're able to do it, and I did see positive signs, early in that game against Jacksonville, especially with Foreman. I thought Foreman really ran well, as you mentioned before. He kind of got dinged a little bit. But if you can get the running game going, not only does it, you don't have to, you don't have to throw it as much, but you don't have to worry about, their pressure as much. Tomlin talked about, optimistic about Watt coming back. Obviously got Hayward, and they got some studs in their front seven. Yeah. They love to turn up the heat. And if you're able to run it and have some success, then that keeps those guys back a little bit, and then their play action works a little bit better as a result if you have some success in the running game. So I think that's going to be key. And yeah, the numbers look good, but easier said than done. They've had extra time to rest. They are really in a situation where their kind of backs are against the wall. So Titans are going to get their best shot. I'm shocked that the Titans are a 2-point favorite in this game. Not that I don't think the Titans are the better team. It's just I can't remember the last time gone up there and been a favorite at Heinz Field. So it may have to go all the way back to the Super Bowl season. So that was maybe the 2000 season. So it's been a long time that the Titans are getting their best shot.
Steelers have won one game in their last 5, 1-3-1. But here's the thing, Jim, and you mentioned it. They haven't lost at home since week 3, September 26th, to the Bengals. So that I'm like you. I was surprised that they were favored. That's why I tweeted it out when I saw it. But that's going to be a grind of a game, I think.
It is, and it's one that I'm sure their fan base is going to be fired up for, because they do realize what's at stake. And they look around their division and you see a Baltimore team that's kind of banged up too, and they've got a tough game coming up. They still think they can win that division, but they can't do it if they don't win this week. And they know they've got a tough team coming in there. This is always, even though it's not a rivalry like it used to be back in the day when the Titans first moved to town. They were in the same division, but it's still a significant game. On their schedule, their fans will be fired up. I love going up there to play. It's one of my favorite venues to go to because it's such a great atmosphere, and I guarantee you it's going to be hype on Sunday.
Jim Wyatt, TennesseeTitans.com, at Jay Wyatt Sports. Thank you, Jimmy. Appreciate you, man.
Okay, y'all have a good one. Thank you.
Love it. There he is, at Jay Wyatt Sports. You keep talking about playing in Pittsburgh. You've been there to a lot of games.
Boy, you sure know what to say. You sure know what to say, Mayor. And I'm telling you that because everybody that comes on talking about this game. That lets you know it's real. That lets you know it's real. You know what to say. Like, that lets you know, man, everybody that comes on and talks about this game, they keep on mentioning the atmosphere, man. And
people that have been there.
I don't want it to be overblown, man, but I'm just telling y'all, man, I've seen it. I was blessed to be able to, for Ramon to hold on long enough for me to retire and be able to catch some games.
Yeah.
Dude, I've saw, man, they were in games that they were getting blasted. Like, I mean, just getting manhandled and everything. Maybe the offense was doing their thing. It could be either side of the ball. And all of a sudden, that fourth quarter hit. And I'm telling you, it's a buzz in that stadium. You're sitting there and you're waiting on them. Them being whoever's controlling the music or the audio to play Renegade. And when they play it, trust and believe something special happens. I've seen it with
Do they
my own eyes.
randomly play that, or do they play it like to start the fourth quarter?
No, they can feel it. So it's a feeling. That's why I'm saying it's like everybody's sitting there like, man, come on, man. They need to play it, man. They need to change the momentum of the game. And it's like everybody's just waiting on it. Like, we're going to be all right. They just need to play Renegade. They just need to play Renegade. They play it, and Lord have mercy. I ain't never seen people come unbuttoned and head pop off and really a stadium that ain't got no roof. Dude, they go off. Like, it's something I've never even witnessed before, man. Like, and I've been in a lot of stadiums, played in a lot of games, played in a lot of arenas. If this game was held on a neutral site or in Nashville, I'd say the Titans would win by 10 or more.
Real quick, is this one a hard one for you growing up a Titans fan, but then your brother plays for the Steelers?
It's a problem. It's a problem. But I also told you and Babs, coming into it, regardless of what it is, I'm loyal to a fault. Like, and it may be good, it may be bad, but I'm riding with him. He was playing for the Steelers. I'm riding with him. He doesn't play for the Steelers anymore. I'm riding with the Titans. Like, it is. Listen.
You're conflicted.
No, it is what it is.
He's
you know
like
what I mean?
talking himself through it while he's telling us.
But I done had this conversation.
He's got two slaves going against each other.
Telling y'all,
They're trying to figure it all out.
If he went out there and put on a jersey, I'm flipping.
All right,
like little angel, little devil.
Yeah, like
One on
Animal
each
House.
shoulder.
Titans left guard Rodger Saffold will be here at 4:30. We'll visit with him. When we come back, more Titans and Steelers talk for you. There's an angle to beating them. That's for sure. Got that for you next. 3HL 104.5 The Zone.
The Titans. Betfair and Lone Pronto.
Late season game against Big Ben and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I got to do Lone Pronto
Is Big
first.
Ben ready for Big Jeff?
10-4. 10 seconds.
Coverage starts with Buck Rising on the Lee Company Countdown to Kickoff, Sunday at 9.
5.
Flagship for Titans Radio, 104.5 The Zone.
Let's talk about home values. We know how high they are right now in Middle Tennessee, all across Middle Tennessee. Doesn't matter where you live, and that means right now is the best time to get cash out of your home's equity, and the best place to do it is with Loan Pronto. They can fast track your home refi, get you a check for 50, 60 grand, even more. And if you call right now, Loan Pronto can even pay those closing costs for you. How easy is that? You walk away with a big check. You get cash out. You can pay off high-interest credit cards or consolidate some other
What would you do with some extra money this Christmas? Our average client received $52,000 with a cash-out refinance.
Yes! Yes! Oh my God! Thank you! Thank you! Thank you!
Get started online at thehomeloanexpert.com.
Broadcasting live in Mount Juliet at Buffalo Wild Wings. Roger Saffold scheduled to be here 4:30 to 5:30. Tennessee basketball takes over at that point. Tip-off at 6. Ball Network coverage begins at 5:30. Why USC upstate?
One reason being they played them last year, so everybody want to get a check. But on top of that, Justin Gainey, his son plays for UC Upstate, so it's going to be a good. Is it SC Upstate? SC Upstate. I'm sorry. SC's Upstate, and he's the second leading scorer actually. So people that don't know, Justin Gainey is the new assistant that just started this year. So his son is a freshman at SC Upstate. So pretty good.
He's a Tennessee assistant?
Yep, Tennessee assistant. When Kim English left, he came in. Yep. And then Des Oliver also left, so Rod Clark came from Austin P and filled that void. So going to be a good game tonight.
Tennessee
Line is pretty high.
35.5. Tennessee number 1 in the country in some of these defensive analytics stats, and won by 40, giving up just 36 last time out. While we were at Army-Navy, we were watching that game. NFL facing big COVID concerns, and Don was asking Jim Wyatt about it. And everybody around the league is concerned with these positive tests popping up all over the place. Des Fitzpatrick reportedly testing or entering the COVID protocol. So we'll see. And if you're sports gambling like me, it's like wait.
Gotta wait.
Wait.
Pay close attention for bowl games, NFL games, because looking at this NFL game, imagine that game last night without these people that just got placed on the COVID list now. Odell Beckham Jr., Terrell Burgess, the cornerback, Bryson Hopkins, Jackson, Sebastian Joseph Day, Jordan Fuller, Jonah Williams, Tyler Hall would have been totally, even though they're practice squad members, Higbee's not a practice guy. So, I mean, Odell Beckham had a phenomenal night.
Higbee was a false positive.
Oh, okay.
So that he retested and was fine.
Right.
But still, like all those guys.
That's a problem.
Gone last night.
Yeah,
so what did they
totally
test
different
this
game.
morning?
That's the key thing. But I think they did say a strict protocol now or something. So
at least 62 player positives in the past 2 days now.
Yeah. So
That's about half of the total number from last year. In 2 days.
Wow.
That's crazy. And here's the deal. It's not just, we were talking about this earlier, it's not just the NFL.
Yep.
The Bulls had to postpone their next 2 games. They've got COVID issues. They've got, 10, 11 players in their protocol. We talked about the NFL. The NHL, they've actually battled a majority of this season, but the Flames, their next 3 games are postponed. So there's a whole lot going on with
couple of colleges
with this
same way.
dang virus right now.
Georgia State last week had to cancel a game versus Tennessee State. Same reason. So,
And here's the deal. Obviously, the vaccine doesn't keep you from getting it, right?
Right.
We're all well aware of that.
Mm-hmm.
But it does affect your protocol in the NFL as far as when you are able to get back.
Yeah.
So that's another
2
layer.
test. That's all you need.
Mm-hmm.
If you're vaccinated.
2 days of test. Yeah. So that's another layer of kind of what's going on.
We were talking about the Steelers defense earlier, ranked 30th in the NFL against the run.
Yeah.
Titans are number 2 in the NFL against the run. It's so funny. Like during the offseason, we were talking about the Titans D, and if they could be middle of the pack, this team has a legit chance. Well, they're better than that. They're number 2 against the run, number 22 against the pass. The Titans are now 12th in the NFL in total defense.
Yeah.
That's huge.
That is.
And I was just talking to some guys at the bar during the break. One big thing in this matchup, I think, from a defensive standpoint, Steelers struggling a little bit on the offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
Big Jeff to Nico Autry.
Yeah.
Up the field.
Yeah.
Let's go.
A lot.
Ben can't move as like he once was able to.
No.
And outside of that.
And that's been coming.
Yeah,
that's been a couple years coming.
Yeah, it's been coming down the barrel. But also after that, not even just the one-on-one matchups. If you send more than they can touch, you know what I mean? They're scheming. If you scheme guys coming, it's different, man. Because honestly, I've watched this game, people, with an offensive lineman. You know what I'm saying? Like, I watch it with offensive linemen.
Right.
And immediately when the ball is snapped, he starts pointing out things like, oh, man, he's going to miss this blocking. Like, he's slow in his kick step, or whatever I'm going to call it. Like, dude, all of this. So you watch it, and the communication isn't there. I think that's lacking from Pittsburgh.
You're watching these games with a Pittsburgh Steeler offensive line.
There you go. So he's really picking up on it because he knows what's supposed to be happening, and it's not happening. And I think that not being able to hold it as long is a problem. Them not picking up the blocks is a problem. And they're depending on Najee Harris. You shut that down, and you might got trouble.
I still want to go back to Najee Harris. Has played 5 more games than Derrick Henry and has like 100 less yards rushing.
This is amazing.
That dude, man.
Now, Najee Harris has 2 100-yard games this season. He's gone 4 games without one. Deontay Johnson, the wide receiver, breakout last 5 games, 36 receptions, 460 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Roethlisberger's been sacked 30 times.
Yeah.
We were talking about getting after him.
Yeah. And every time you get sacked, you one hit away, especially when you're that age. And you know what I mean? Like it can swap up on you. You want to have that. You want to have people pick up protection, man. If you're gonna pass pro, pick it up. Keep me safe. If you can't, you're gonna be running for your life. And you got guys like Bud Dupree. Like, so that's another thing, man. When you challenge each other, you find throughout the season. I'm speaking from myself. Throughout the season, you find different things to go up against. Even though I'm on defense and you play defense, I'm still watching what you do. Like, oh, he getting a lot of hype. Sure. Watch what I do this. But, think Landry's not looking at that? Not looking at what T.J. Watt is doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, he want to come out there and challenge that, too.
Well, it's
and want to make a statement.
It's like Big Jeff against the Rams.
Yeah.
Like all this talk about Aaron Donald.
There you go.
Big Jeff had to
you ain't got to say that, but, man, a competitor know what it is. You know what I'm saying?
I know this guy over here is a competitor.
I was going to say, we got one of those competitor guys sitting right here.
Roger Saffold joins us, Tennessee Titans OG.
Yo, what's good? Excited to be back with you guys, man. It's been too long.
It's good to see you, bro. And man, I know you're out there grinding, man, and I know Titans fans love and appreciate you giving everything you got because I know it's a grind this year, man.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Definitely been some bumps in the road, but the goal has always remained the same, and this is a marathon. It's not a sprint. So, any setback, we're going to get that comeback.
Will you just talk about your mindset a little bit? Just because I mentioned it yesterday, when people are like, oh, look, Saffold, struggling, injured. Mm-hmm. Like, you haven't been healthy. You haven't been 100% healthy. Like, what's your mindset as far as playing through the injuries that come during a season, and why is it important to you, and where is that line of, I know I can still help, or, how do you know where that line is of you still being able to help and still being important on that line?
I think it all just comes down to a mindset that you set for yourself. Of course, I want to be out there and going with my guys. So when it comes down to that line, you're going to need a little help. So what I mean by that is, if you're talking to your trainers and they're really confiding in you, I think that I get a lot of respect from our trainer, Ty Torricelli, from Mike Vrabel, and from J-Rob as well. So if we all come together with a plan and they think that it's better for me to go out there or for me to stay back, it's my respect that I have for them to be able to listen and to take that advice, because honestly, if it was always up to me, I would never, stop myself. And, when I walked into the locker room, it's because they refused to let me back on the field. so I was like, okay.
Score might have had something to do with that.
Score had something to do with it too. But basically, when I knew they wouldn't let me back on the field, it's kind of like a, all right, well, let me just take it in, start getting to work on this thing and really figuring out what the issue is, because it has been the same issue. It's been ups and downs. I have had hiccups with it in every game, but I've been able to shake it off and just keep playing. So at the end of the day, it's just a tough season. But, like I said, that team goal is always the same. And whatever I can do, whether it be mentally, whether it be helping out my backup, or whether it be giving confidence to somebody that's coming in playing next to me that hasn't played, I'm just going to try to do that.
How tough is that part of it, because when you go back and you look at the starting lineup for this offensive line in every single game, it's been different, like the entire year. How tough is that to mix pieces? And I know it's a part of the game. I get it. Injuries are. But describe to people that haven't played that position, that don't know what goes on between you guys on that line, how difficult it is to mix pieces.
It is very difficult to mix pieces because, on one hand, I kind of know what Taylor's thinking, and we have almost like a sort of language between the two of us. So when you bring somebody new in there, you kind of have to adapt, and you have to develop, new words, new ways to talk to each other, new ways that you want to handle certain techniques, and everybody is different. I mean, that's the whole point of this thing. Everybody's got a bunch of different players, but the reason why we've been able to still be successful while going through this injury-prone thing is because of how tight our room is. Our old line room is extremely tight. I mean, we all have dinner together every Thursday. It's a real close group, and it allows us to support each other when somebody's down and to root for somebody that's playing instead of you, because at the end of the day, we're all trying to play to keep a job.
I think it's interesting, too, because, like while you were talking, I was thinking about, I don't know, go back to the Four Tops or something. Yeah. And everybody's singing harmony, right? And then you just immediately insert somebody else in, and you have no idea. You kind of know how they're going to sing.
And then it's a hot mess. Yeah.
You kind of know how they're going to sing, but you're not all the way sure.
You guys are handling it well.
But then you put people on the offensive line, and man, I think it's a pretty big story. These guys, the next man up guys that are having to go up in there because they know they're going to have to play. They just don't know where and when and all those things. But you out there with guy that's been inserted into the game, he just physically can't do some of the things maybe that Taylor Lewan can. So you've got to overcompensate a little bit for that.
It's almost like coaching them while they're in that harmony.
Yeah.
Like, hey, listen, I need you to hit that note a little bit higher. To find. Yeah. I need to find.
I love it.
Right in the middle of the
and then we
concert.
just literally work together to just figure it out. So I mean, it's also a lot of fun too, because I don't think that you can know somebody until you're playing right next to them. I feel like you just know somebody so much closer. So I got a lot of close connections with a lot of the offensive line.
Let me ask you this.
Rodger Saffold with us live in Mount Juliet at Buffalo Wild Wings.
When you're you got guys going out, and coming in, and you got to go out there and hype them up mentally or whatever it may be. Ryan Tannehill scores. Ben Jones isn't in. Who's gonna hit the somersault or the round off? I need
It's a round off.
Okay, the round off. I need to know who's gonna feel that. Is that you, Saffold? You gonna hit the one hand joint on?
I'm gonna give you guys a little secret, okay?
Okay, here we go.
All right, okay. So Aaron Brewer, who you guys have seen play, and we've won some big games with Brewer in there.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
He could do a full backflip, full pads.
No.
Full pads?
Full pads.
Whoa. How big is he?
Ben couldn't wait. He couldn't wait to do the somersault, but they were supposed to do it together as like a tandem.
Yeah.
And they never got a chance to do it, so Ben just said, forget it. I'm just going to do the somersault myself.
Hey.
No way.
Hey, man. Listen, I say this all the time. If you want to see an athlete,
look at an offensive lineman in the NFL.
Get a football player and take him out his pads and put him on the basketball court. Hey, dude, I'm talking about in college, intramurals, anything. Man, I seen things. Y'all dudes, y'all different, man. Man, I done seen some basketball players jump, but, man, they had 300-pound guys, man, head at the rim, tearing it down like.
Oh, yeah.
So, hey, to see a guy go out there and do that flip like that, man, that was crazy. But to do it with pads on and the helmet and everything.
Oh, and I've seen them do it. They had a trial run during practice, and it was incredible.
Yeah. I love that they got to practice the touchdown thing. That's funny.
That's dope.
Tell Brewer we need to see that.
Oh, yeah. Trust me. We got to give him a chance.
Yeah.
You know how viral that'd go? Oh, my goodness.
And I'm going to just go ahead and challenge him. I'm just going to say next one, just do it.
It looked like Ben kind of snuck in the picture to get his off real quick.
Well, I mean, the crazy thing is I don't even know if he put both hands down. Didn't he put like one arm down? I mean, it's incredible.
He just hit that thing. Yo.
He snapped those legs together at the end, though. He hit the round off.
He should have been practicing that forever.
What is it? Aaron Brewer's 300 pounds.
Hey, man, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
And he can do a back tuck.
Oh yeah, and he'll hang in the air a little bit when he flips. It's pretty impressive.
That's legit, man. That's legit.
I ain't even doing that into a pool, man.
Oh, you know what? I hope I didn't make him nervous because don't mess up that flip now.
Everybody gonna be looking for it now.
Yeah.
I love it. So how painful are that? Like when we see you go down, how much pain are you experiencing in that?
So basically, it's like it's a nerve thing. So it's
you just get hit the right way.
Yeah, it's numbness, tingling, like all that thing. So sometimes I can shake it out. And the funny thing is like I waited like 4 plays until I went down because it was still giving me fits. But the crazy thing about it is that it could be from anything. So it's just like a kind of how can we manage it? And who knows? I might have to see a specialist at the end of the year.
Yeah.
But
you're just trying to get through the year.
But I got to grind to do it. I'm not going. My team isn't going to be playing in the Super Bowl. I'm going to be sitting over there like, go guys. No.
I'm here for the mental health.
Yeah.
I got to play. Like that's just the mindset I have.
Yeah, that's.
You'll be with us like eating popcorn. Like, let's go, guys.
There's no way he would be with us.
Oh man.
That's the expectation for this team, right?
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, it's talked about.
It's we never want to think that far because every game is important, and the most important game is the next one, and that's very true. But I'm year 12. I've had a taste of it, and the only thing you want to do is have another taste. So my goal is always the same. I'm always gonna have a lot of energy because I know how important each game really is, and I would just want to see this team succeed. They work way too hard. And another thing with the offensive line and just some of these injuries, we went from last year with COVID where everything had to be slowed down and had to be super methodical. And then this year we hit the ground running. And I think that's a reason for a lot of injuries that we've seen in the league today. So
was based on last year.
Yeah, based off of last year.
Yeah.
So the fact that everybody hit the ground running the same, the intensity is picked up before the season even started.
That's a great point.
Speaking of tasting things, that's what we're going to do when we come back. The Ron Slay Miller Lite Washaway Toast.
Oh, yeah.
They're handing out Miller Lights in here. We'll do that next. 3HL 104.5 The Zone. tomorrow, Wednesday, a moment's peace in Cool Springs will actually be set up in Moe's Barbecue. A couple of doors down from a moment's peace. Salon and Day Spa?
Yes.
Yep.
God, you just made me second guess my favorite place in the whole world.
9050 Carruthers Parkway, Suite 108.
Look at you.
Thank you, Slay.
Right there in the head, locked in.
I'm on the job.
Thursday, we'll be out in Franklin, Red Dog Wine and Spirit.
Knew that was coming.
Hey, stock up for Christmas and New Year's.
And guess what? I'm going to bring me a little fold-up chair outside. I might do part of the show outside because I'm going to have a cigar. So y'all can be inside. See?
Look at Saffold. Saffold knows what's up.
Oh, yeah.
We got headphones in the mic. It'll reach.
Can't.
The cigar?
Hey, one day at Innsworth, it got really cold. Blaine Bishop got in his truck.
And did the show.
Turned the heater on.
See?
Did the show from inside his truck.
Man, you got to do what you got to do, man, to have a good time. And be comfortable. Soft.
Soft. You heard it right here. I just called the Hitman soft.
All right. Rod, so Wednesday, Moment's Peace in Cool Springs will actually be Moe's Barbecue. Thursday, Red Dog Wine and Spirits in Franklin. And that's what's up. All right. We are in Mount Juliet today. Buffalo Wild Wings, our normal Tuesday deal. Next Tuesday, we're in Gallatin. Go ahead and throw that out there. And we'd love to see you. We'll be here till 5:30. Big Saffold, Roger Saffold, the OG from the Tennessee Titans with us. And Ron Slay has picked up a Miller Lite cup, put down his microphone. Babs will help Ron Slay get the word out to the people. The Ron Slay Miller Lite Washaway Toast.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We need the room on call. Thank you to Miller Lite. Thank you to Buffalo Wild Wings. This is the Washaway Toast. Coming off a bye week, didn't know what was expected. Guys got back after it, went and pushed the shutout and controlled the game from the beginning. Yeah, had a guy looking to get back in the club and probably, touch on somebody where he shouldn't touch on them. But Urban, we ain't got nothing to do with that. We got them out the way. So the next time, on to the Steelers. It's a big-time game. Need everybody to pull for them. Bring it all together. This right here, tighten up. This Washaway Toast. 1, 2, 3. Tighten up!
There they go. He worked an herb shot into the
I
Washaway
can't believe he worked that into his toast.
Touching people when they're not supposed to.
You're not right, Slay.
He deserved it. He deserved it.
There you go.
Go Vols.
We won't ask you about Urban Meyer. Don't worry, Saffold.
Ooh.
We will ask you about the Pittsburgh Steelers. What do you think about this group? Obviously, they've got a couple dudes that are up for Defensive Player of the Year, but they've been susceptible in the run game.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about this matchup?
You got to. It's hard to figure out what you're going to get. I mean, this defense has definitely kept them in games, and I know that they've struggled offensively. But you still have to give respect to Big Ben. I mean, I'm never going to go into a game and be like, oh, okay, Big Ben can't do this. You know what I mean? Because then he lights you up, starts making all these throws. Everybody thought the game was done in Minnesota. He comes back, he's throwing just dimes, and they're just moving up and down the field. So, I mean, this team is still a great team. They're coached really well. And, their defense, their D-line, which is one of the strongest. I know Tua has been going through some personal things, which, I know personally are tough to handle with playing this game. And then Cam, Hayward, TJ Watt, who's just been on a tear. It's just amazing to see, such a great defense. But for us, it's just going to be how can we stay efficient in the run game. That's going to make things easier for Tannehill to be able to throw the ball and to make completions. If we can have Tannehill have one of those games where he goes, 14 for 17, a rushing TD and a passing TD, with some rushing TDs in between. I mean, that's who Titans football really is.
Steelers love to run that double A gap blitz, right?
Oh, yeah.
And they show it and they back off, they bring it. How challenging is that for an offensive guard? Kind of decipher what's going on there.
It actually just depends on the protection of the run scheme.
Okay.
Usually. If it was a run play, we might be able to pick it up by everybody just taking the person in your gap. So it really just becomes one-on-one at that point. In the passing game, there's some responsibilities where I have to take two people, and that's when I'm going to need a little bit of help from my tackle. And other times, you just got to trust the back to really get up in there. A lot of people have fits when it comes to twist games inside, but I think that we do a great job of using great technique to be able to pass those off.
Roger Saffold with us on 3HL. How do you think the running backs are doing from a pass pro perspective?
McNichols, he's always been great. I mean, he's always done a great job for us. Have a lot of confidence in him. And everybody's starting to understand. I think that Tony Dews is doing a good job of making sure that guys understand.
Yeah.
These guys are working with us more and more throughout practice. That's where you gain all the confidence for the game, is for what you do in practice. And thank goodness that we just constantly keep being repetitive and doing what we got to do day in and day out.
And going into a place like Pittsburgh, you talked about the atmosphere and what it is.
Yeah.
You know it well.
I'm a Cleveland boy. You know what I mean? I know what's going on. I know them terrible towels.
Yeah. So you grew up not liking these guys.
Oh yeah. That's just what it is. You know what I mean? I knew so many people from the Browns. I mean, Jim Brown, John Wooten.
Yeah.
He was the guard, and it's like, my whole life, man, they've been sending me videos, and I've been watching these guys. I used to bleed brown. I used to watch the Browns on the highlights when I'd be in the game, like, we're up, yes. You know what I mean? Like, so it's hard to take the fan out of me sometimes.
Yeah. How big is communication in this game walking into that?
Oh, it's huge. We know that they're going to be allowed. There's a lot of playoff implications everywhere. AFC looks crazy right now. Every single game is important. And I know that they're going to be screaming crazy out there. They get fueled by that, and I noticed that a little bit from playing against them last year. Mm-hmm. They really get fueled by that crowd, and you don't want that defense feeling it with that type of energy in the stadium. So we got to do our best to be able to quiet that noise and stay poised.
Hey man, I'm so glad you came on here and said that. So it just echoed what I've been saying. I didn't know how to say it right, but you just what? That's all right, Saffold. That's all right, Saffold.
He's pretty good with his words.
Hey, man, the man know what to do, man.
Roger Saffold always brings it. We've got more 3HL, 5 o'clock hour coming up. We are in Mount Juliet at Buffalo Wild Wings. We'd love to see you. This is 3HL on 104.5 The Zone. Direct Town 104.5 The Zone. Brent Doherty, Don Davenport, Ron Slade.
I'm in the building. I'm in the building. Hey, I'm in the building. 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 I'm in the building.
That building happens to be in Mount Juliet. Buffalo Wild Wings is where we are. We'll be in Gallatin next Tuesday at Buffalo Wild Wings. Tomorrow at A Moment's Peace. We'll actually set up at Moe's Barbecue a couple doors down, but we'll be talking a lot about A Moment's Peace. Take care of your Christmas shopping this week with us, man. Red Dog Wine and Spirits on Thursday in Franklin. We've got Roger Saffold from the Tennessee Titans here with us, and Roger, always appreciate you coming out, man.
Oh, appreciate it, man. Thank you. It's a lot of fun.
So, at this point in the season, do you do a little scoreboard watching or no? Just worried about you.
I can't help but not look at the playoff picture and how everything is going and everybody's future opponents, especially when you're a month away.
Yeah. Maybe we can get the Colts and the Patriots to both lose on Sunday.
I would love that.
But does a tie doesn't help, huh?
Yeah, probably would.
It would.
Okay.
It would.
I mean, do you prefer one over the other to win? Like, how do you look at that as a player, and how much do you pay attention to gunning for that bye?
Honestly, the bye always helps because, especially when you know what our team has been through this entire season. I mean, any break that we could possibly get would be helpful. I also know how these guys play when we're in the playoffs. I mean, just straight dogs. But I think for me, it's more just like with the sweep, it probably helps us more if Indianapolis wins over the Patriots. But then even if it ends in a tie, I mean, we could go up by half a game and all of our goals are still there. Yeah, I would say a win. I'm sorry to say a win from the Colts would be the best scenario for us.
Well, and you've built this luxury of beating them twice, right? Like so.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
that helps,
that's a huge thing. Those two wins, the Buffalo win, like the Kansas City win. I mean, you're set up. New England's still sitting out there, so I'm with you. That's why I want them to lose.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It is hard to beat a team like that 3 times. I mean, let's be real. I mean, the Colts, they have an outstanding team. They got great guys on defense. They got great guys on offense. They're really sound in special teams. I mean, they're a full team. So I understand, but at least we got the formula. You know what I mean? Of how to beat those guys.
Yeah. God, it's hard to pull for the Colts, though.
So part of it.
I know.
So
Maybe we just don't look. We just don't watch. Just like, look at the final score.
So growing up in Cleveland, you were a big Browns fan?
Oh, man.
So you hated the Broncos.
Oh.
See, I had to go there. No, the reason why, like when you said that, I thought about we had Ernest Biner in studio one time, and he still has a hard time with all that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
that's amazing, like, that you play a sport where you can play it at an exceptionally high level and better than most people, and one thing happens, and it's like, gosh.
All it takes. I mean, we had Belichick and Saban on the same coaching staff, and we still couldn't do nothing.
A lot of people don't understand that part of the story because Belichick, if Cleveland doesn't move to Baltimore, Belichick may still be there.
Yeah.
They were 11-5.
Maybe we get Tom.
Yeah. Maybe you get Tom. Y'all were 11-5, and then that's when all that talk started happening, and Cleveland kind of had a tough year, and then Belichick gets fired.
Yeah.
So, I mean, maybe if they don't move, he's still there. I don't know.
Every time I hear midnight train to Georgia, I think about that. Only it was a midnight truck to Baltimore.
How concerned are you with the last couple of days of COVID stories going around the league?
It's scary, man. It's scary. And honestly, most of our guys are vaccinated, so it's not like fear of your health. It's a distraction that your team doesn't need at such a pivotal time of the season. And I know that the Rams are dealing with that right now. They have to close down their facility.
And the Browns.
The Browns had to do the same thing. So, we're just it's almost like you're trying to avoid, catching cooties. It's like you just stay out of the way.
I mean, I've never thought of it like that, but that's pretty good.
Seriously, 'cause, I mean, honestly, everybody that we've had that has had COVID and has been vaccinated have had minimal symptoms or been asymptomatic or been just fine. So now it's just like, let's just stop this so we don't have to lose you for 5 days.
Right.
Well, and that's such a hard thing, too, because, like, most people in your world and certainly in the coaching and the front office world are control what you can control people. And you can't control that necessarily. You try your best, but that's the thing that I think makes it most difficult for people in your world is not being able to control that.
Yeah, and the NFL is doing a great job of making sure that we're staying on top of that. So there's no, we know that you're really working hard at trying to prevent COVID, so we'll take it easy on you. No, everybody's getting the same treatment, and that's really why you don't want it, because they're going to bring the hammer down and they're going to shut you down.
Does family understand that? With the holidays just coming out of Thanksgiving, Christmas around the corner.
Yeah,
I
think most of them do. I know my family, like they even get checked before they come down.
That's real.
But there's still no way that you can control it.
So,
I mean, you never know if you got it on the way over.
Yep.
If you got it in the airport, if you were at the grocery store and you grabbed an item that somebody grabbed and possibly got it. So I mean, it's just dangerous all the way around. The best thing that you can do is just make sure that you're eating good, you're fueling up, you're taking care of your body, and that's the best way to fight this thing.
Right. I got a quick question for you about you. Last time we had you, we talked about running backs and things of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
How professional was Adrian Peterson when he came in?
Man. Well, see, first things first is, Adrian Peterson, he's going to try to break your hand when he shake it.
Yeah, I keep hearing that. Yeah.
Oh, he's that guy.
And what's crazy is if you shake his dad's head, it's a little bit harder.
That's wild.
No, he's a true pro's pro. I mean, I used to get made fun of for how hard I used to go and walk through. And the way that Adrian Peterson went, it made it look like I wasn't even trying.
Yeah.
So I appreciate him.
Mm-hmm.
And another thing about Adrian, man, is he doesn't change his personality, his character with whatever happens. That guy was just as respectful as he left and when he came in.
Right.
And I know that that's because of the way that he's raised. Him and his father have a great relationship, just like me and my dad did. And we've talked about that at length, which is cool to just be able to sit down and have a conversation with somebody like that. I just want just continued success for him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he is just going for it day in, day out, and it doesn't matter if it's practice or a game. So that's what you gotta love about him.
That's dope.
Let's talk about the Titans' run game a little bit. I felt like obviously the 270 against New England, you guys were blowing it out. The talk was, got to hold on to the football, all those things. Against Jacksonville, you guys, I thought, played a very clean game, given the players that are available and all those things. I thought it was pretty well managed. And I thought Foreman had something going. He got banged up a little bit, but I thought he was on his way to having maybe a 100-yard game in that game.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, he does some exciting things with the ball. I mean, you've seen a couple of the screens that he's had where he's made people miss, giving a stiff arm. And, I mean, nobody was more upset about that fumble in New England than him. Yeah. And, I love seeing that because that means the guy cares. He's not just, kind of coming to the sideline like, oh, well, maybe next time. I mean, that guy cares about holding on to his football and bringing a victory for his team. The way that he played was great last week. I mean, we need to continue to build off that. We need to continue to put Hilliard in situations where we can see him thrive again. And we need to get those guys both, like you said, over 100-yard games so we could keep instilling that confidence in them while we wait for the king to return.
Speaking of him, have you talked with Derek recently? How's he doing?
Oh, yeah. Derek is always in the building. He's always rehabbing. He does literally everything that he possibly can to get back on the field. And, nobody is more ferocious when it comes to rehab than that guy is. I mean, he's working. I see him working all the time.
Roger Saffold with us, Titans offensive lineman. More with Saffold when we come back. 3HL on 104.5 The Zone. Broadcasting live in Mount Juliet at Buffalo Wild Wings. We'll be right back. 3HR 104.5, The Zone. Brent Doherty, Don Davenport, Ron Slay. Got the Boom Boom Room shirt on.
Yeah, man. Had people in the Boom Boom Room.
I think Saffold's been in the Boom Boom Room
He
before.
has been in the Boom Boom Room. Yes, he has.
Michelle's back there, TSU Nisi. Maybe she should go in the Boom Boom Room sometime.
Well, hey, listen. All you got to do is just come to the door, knock on the door. Hey, see what I'm saying? that was it right there.
See her back there?
Yeah. She is in the back. That's go. Hey, what it do, baby?
She loves Babs's boots. Babs's boots. We're already renaming that little deal. Could be a segment. Babs out there with the people. Always appreciate everybody coming out. Next Tuesday, we will be in Gallatin. I think we have a ticket winner.
Yes, we do.
So every Tuesday, we give away club seats to a Titans game. And Kelly from Buffalo Wild Wings is here. I'm not positive which game it is, but we will find out.
Oh.
Well, the winner is.
You got the winner?
I got the winner already.
Can you read the name?
I can pronounce this one.
Oh, okay.
Hillary Stanley. I think this is a Y on the end. I'm pretty sure.
He sounded so confident until he didn't.
You feel me? They did a Y on the end.
Should have let Saffold read it.
That's Stanley.
That's Stanley. See?
That's girls writing. It's Stanley.
Oh, okay. See, Hillary Stanley. Is Hillary Stanley in the building? Hillary Stanley is out of the building.
Yeah, so we'll get.
No
way.
We'll
get.
Yeah,
You got a phone number?
We got a number on it. No. Yeah, we do.
Bill.
It's okay. You don't have to be. You don't have to be
We got a
present.
number. Here you go, Caitlin.
Maybe Hill's in her car.
I love it.
Caitlin holds your
Saffold
pass to get to the Titans game.
What'd you do during the bye week?
Oh. Recovery.
Big chill.
What'd you do?
Recovery.
Do you have people rubbing on your body for a while?
Oh,
every
man.
day?
Listen,
know
first of all, I worked out 4 days that week because that's why I'm big. But then, too,
You're a workout guy. Like,
Yeah,
we've
yeah.
talked about that before.
yeah, I'm a workout guy.
Yeah.
But then, too, I work with Arete doing this IV therapy that I've been working with them for a while. I did stem cell therapy.
Oh, yeah.
I did the chamber, the hyperbaric chamber for 4 days. I did cryotherapy.
You didn't freeze your feet off, did you?
No. I froze in that cryotherapy, though.
Ooh.
That's
That
real.
cryo is, whew.
We did a remote from a golf course one time, and there was like this mobile cryotherapy guy that brought that out there, and I was like, oh my gosh. Like, basically your head's just above the thing, right?
Yeah.
How long were you in? How long are you in there?
So with this one, it's like your whole body goes in.
Oh.
So you have to put on a beanie and everything like that. But like, I was in there for 3.5 minutes.
Oh my.
Yeah, man.
And thanks, Sears, though.
And it's like minus 100,000 degrees in there.
Yeah, it's survival is what it is.
How'd you feel when you came out of that thing? Like, is it
man.
pretty immediate that you feel refreshed?
Yeah, you feel refreshed immediately, and like they give you all these things to cover your hands and cover your feet and stuff like that. So it's actually really helpful. But like, I mean, when you leave there, man, it just feels like you just got done. Like, I don't know, just running around just outside.
Yeah.
Like I just feel like super relaxed when I get done doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's the grind, man. 4 games to go. As you said, one at a time.
Yep.
Do you like playing in venues like you will this weekend? That's just
relish those.
Hey, I've talked to so many athletes that love to quiet the crowd. You know?
Oh yeah, it's that part, and just like I get goosebumps when I get to like certain stadiums, like with the Seahawks back in the Legion of Boom. Oh man,
yeah.
Now that was some energy that you got to play in.
Yeah,
that was a hostile environment for sure.
You ever had to use
Loudest?
earplugs? There you go.
I was just gonna say, is that the loudest stadium you played in?
Yeah. Even over Kansas City, which I know a lot of people talk about Kansas City. And then I think as an offensive line, we liked Baltimore's intro the best. We played them in the playoffs. Ben really loves playing over in New England because they do that dun 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 dun.
I can't stand that place, man.
I'll tell you, it's crazy. And I've been there so many times, and it looks different every time.
Yeah,
it looks different every time.
It's because they put more hardware up on the stadium.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I think
That's very
Baltimore is way worse.
Baltimore was bad. Like
Those
just
fans,
from a
man.
fan perspective.
Oh.
Oh man.
Yeah.
They're brutal.
When y'all won that playoff game, it was.
That's what I was going to say. New England fans pretty bad, too. The higher up you go.
When y'all won that playoff game in Baltimore, just in the stands, it was every man for himself. I mean, it was crazy.
Every woman for themselves.
This
Because
guy-
they didn't care if you were a man or a woman.
So we were.
Coming
That's
at
right.
ya.
So we were. Me and Dawn and some people were there together. We were moving down toward y'all at the end of that game, and this guy that was sitting with us, he had these 2 daughters. It was a guy and 2 daughters, and they were like, what, 18, something like that? I don't know.
Younger than that.
Maybe younger than that. They were moving down with us. This Baltimore fan walking up the aisle just clocked him right in the jaw for no reason.
But just being there?
Yes, and one of his daughters, I mean, jumped that guy. We had to pull her off him.
That was
it
real.
was unreal what was going on.
Sucker punch the
See,
daddy.
I don't know if I can.
Hey,
I
man.
can't see things like that because I'm gonna climb in the stands.
Yeah, hey, man.
You know?
Hey.
For real.
I'll deal with Roger later.
The higher up you go in the stands, though, the worse it is.
Oh
man.
yeah.
It gets bad, dude. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Like we had, I went to a playoff game and, dude, when the game was about to end, Pittsburgh and New England, the game was about to end. We had to go in and leave because, we were gonna have to fight. Because they just gonna keep on saying stuff. They poking the bear. Hey, dude, I'm a man too now.
You guys,
dude, you just gonna keep talking to me any kind of way, dog? Like, I'm just supposed to be cool with that? Nah, man. And all my reinforcements down there on the other side. It's either me leave or I got to fight all y'all because y'all ain't finna keep talking like this. Like I was with my auntie and uncle. I was like, nah, this ain't it, man.
I mean, you guys remember when Oakland was throwing those batteries?
Yeah.
No, that was
crazy.
getting flicked off by a 2-year-old is pretty tough. Tough to handle.
You got flipped off by a 2-year-old?
Oh yeah, man. The kids flip you off. It's crazy. That's how they learn.
So Oakland is the craziest.
Huh?
Oakland's the craziest.
Oh, Oakland, yeah, Oakland.
Yeah.
Well, now they're in Vegas. I can't tell which way that's going to go.
Oh, Vegas. They might be too drunk to care.
Yeah. What would be the quietest?
The quietest?
Yeah, like where you just go like, yeah. I mean, you ain't got to give no artillery right now. You know,
That's tough. That's tough to
end of the
think.
season.
That's tough to think because when Minnesota was outside, it wasn't that bad. But when they had the indoor stadium,
The dome, yeah.
that skull is loud.
Yeah.
That skull is loud. But maybe Jacksonville. Honestly,
yeah.
maybe Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Well, one ain't a lot of people going.
When you were a kid going to Cleveland Browns games, I guarantee you saw some stuff with the dog pound over there. Blaine Bishop, who's on our station, actually returned an interception for a touchdown and tried to jump up into the crowd, and they just started pouring beer all over him. It was hilarious.
I was there when they were throwing the beer bottles.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So it's I understand. And those refs deserved it. I'm not gonna lie to you.
What's your second favorite sport?
Second favorite sport?
Like you'll sit down and watch what?
It has to be either it's either basketball or it's soccer. Because that Premier League soccer, man, is pretty.
There's our soccer guy.
Intense.
Will Bowling.
I like hostile environments. Like I went to the Warriors Cavs game, and I enjoyed every minute of it. And I was in hostile territory. You know, obviously I'm a Cleveland fan.
Yeah.
Got help with the tickets from the Currys, which was awesome of them, and got to see Aisha.
Considering you're a Cleveland guy.
Yeah. Considering I'm a Cleveland guy.
Yeah.
But I said, listen, I know it's good luck. You know, it's not no ill will towards anybody. You know, I just want the Cavs to win.
Curry going to break that record tonight. Speaking of him, he needs 2 more.
Yeah, he is.
It's over
For sure. It's gone.
Done deal.
It's gone, man.
Yeah.
It's gone. Very happy for that dude.
Yeah.
Very happy for that dude.
Very good.
Boy, when I think of Curry, obviously you think of the NBA stuff, but I remember back at Davidson, man, that run they went on in the NCAA tournament.
Oh, man.
That dude couldn't miss a shot.
That's
it was
special.
unreal.
That's a special run.
If practice makes perfect was a person,
That's
it'd be him.
Yeah.
It'd be him.
Yeah. I wish you could get behind the scenes more, and not even us as fans, but kids that admire him. If they could get behind the scenes more and see what
he really is.
Yeah, like what you do to be able to do that, to shoot from that distance.
They need it now more than ever. Because
Yeah,
now
you
they
know
got
what
his
I'm saying?
TikTok.
Yeah, like exactly, exactly.
How does
Are you
Curry
on
dance?
TikTok?
Yeah.
No.
No
exactly.
TikTok.
But I saw my daughter recording the TikTok, and I about fall out. I almost fell out dead. Right there, I said, "Oh no, it has begun."
Yeah, this is where we going.
How old is she?
She just turned 9 the day before Thanksgiving. Got her new cell phone.
Oh yeah. Nine
Yeah, you gotta watch
Yeah.
that social media stuff, man.
Oh yeah, I got everything down. She can't download an app without my approval.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
I'm not sure guys are gonna be messing with your
Yeah,
daughter.
but-
Oh, I can't wait.
You know
I'm
her,
invite Slay over.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell Slay to come over, and then after that, everybody's gonna only have white beaters on.
I see.
We're gonna be sitting there in the garage, like, hey, listen, you better be here by 10 o'clock, not 10:01.
I love it.
Right there.
Raj, man, thank you for
Appreciate
coming out.
yourself,
Appreciate you.
Oh man, thank you guys, man.
Roger Saffold.
Ladies and gentlemen, you ready for Roger Saffold?
All right.
Appreciate all y'all coming out, and we'll be back at it tomorrow in Cool Springs at Moe's next to A Moment's Peace. See you then. Good night. God bless.
Tighten up.